Hey everybody, hello. How y'all doing? It's been a minute, a few weeks since I've been on here, and so I just wanted to kind of pop into your timeline, just to make sure you don't forget about me. There's been just a little bit going on, so I've been, yeah, I've been doing some things. Anyway, welcome to Miss G's Ladies Lounge. I am your host, Gwen Finley. This is always still Miss G's Ladies Lounge. Again, I am your host, Gwen Finley, and I am so excited just to be able to say that I'm still here in the land of the living. It is once again a fabulous, magnificent Monday, and I'm so excited just with all of the things that God is doing and continues to do, even with Miss G's Ladies Lounge, with me, with my life. I'm just excited that, I'm still able to come here and share with you all from time to time, um, and be able to hear some of your great testimonies and share some awesome people that we have had on our show. So tonight, I am solo, and that's okay too. I just wanted to just kind of pop in and just share something simple that that I'm feeling today. And I experienced a great message on this morning, and so I wanted to kind of piggyback off of what I heard earlier today because it's still lingering in my spirit after several other events that happened today. And so the title, as you may have seen before you clicked in for today, was, and I don't have it to pop it up, but the title that I had was No Limitations or No Limits, No Chains, No Restrictions. I'm going to type that in because I want to make sure that you get that, guys. No limits, no chains, no restrictions. We have sometimes place limits, restrictions. Why am I not able to say that word today? I don't know. But we have sometimes place limits, restrictions, and chains on our own selves. We have caused ourselves to be um, left behind, not to move forward and be successful. Now, why? It could be various reasons that we have actually put ourselves in that place. But today, I heard a message, and it was talking about limitations from one of our great uh, world leaders, and I was thinking about some of the things that they were saying, which really made sense. Some of us say, "Oh, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that." And you have people out there in the world that is still doing their thing, still pushing, still moving forward, regardless of their age, their culture, their ethnicity, their religious status, their denomination. We're in denominational wars these days. But besides all of that, when we recognize who we really are and that we are God's children, we can recognize that there is no limits to what God can do for us. Now, we might have limits on ourselves, we might have limits on the things that we are actually capable of doing through our own might. But when the power of God comes on us, when the power of God is in us, the limits have to come off. Can I say that again? When the power of God is on you, when the power of God is in you, the limits have to come off. My bishop preached a powerful message on yesterday, um, and uh, he started out. There were 3 points, and I may get them wrong, but I forget what the first one was. Um, but I do know the second one was that you will be, or you will be victorious, but you will have to fight. Just because there is something that you have to fight for does not mean that it's a restriction. It does not mean that it's limit. You may just have to fight for some things, and it's okay. Uh, but that's us. God does not have any limits. He does not have any chains, and he does not have any restrictions. And I want to read two scriptures for you. The first scripture is found in the book of Jeremiah, the 33rd chapter. And it said, uh, Judah, pray to me, and I will answer you. I will tell you important secrets you have never heard before. Now, in the King James Version, it says, Call unto me, and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things which you know not. We may not have all the answers. We may not have all of the um, solutions. We may not see the top of the um, pinnacle or the top of the mountain, but God has no limits. He already knows. The scripture tells us in uh, um, Jeremiah 29:11, he said, I know the thoughts and the plans that I have for you to give you an expected end, thoughts of peace, not of evil, to give you that expected end. What we're looking at with our natural eye seems to have a limit. It seems sometimes like we are just bound and we can't break free. Sometimes we see restrictions, but with God, the scripture said all things are possible. If it's His will, if He promised it to you, if He told you to do it, if He has designed your life for you to be someone or something or to do something, there is no limits, there are no chains, and there are no restrictions. The problem is what you are putting on yourself. Now, you know what they say, the message first comes to the messenger. Hey, this, I'm going to be real with you. We put ourselves in so many categories that have limitations on them, but that's not what God said for us. We need to learn how to walk without the limitation. We need to learn how to walk without those chains. We need to learn how to walk without those restrictions that we have put on ourselves. And we need to let God have his way. We need to let him, they sang the song, order my steps. We need to let him order our steps. We need to let him show us the way that we should go. We need to let him guide us and direct us. Uh, Thank you, ladies, for popping in. I appreciate you both. Thank you so much. The message that I heard today, the part that really stuck in my mind was, and it was Bishop T.D. Jakes as he was teaching on a specific message about limitations. And one of the things that stuck in my mind is, as I started getting older, I started feeling like I can't do this anymore and I can't do that anymore. And maybe I shouldn't do this anymore, and limiting myself to some of the things that I was doing. And he said, the president does not think he's too old. The president we had before him did not think he was too old. All these, what's her name? Uh, I forgot the other lady's name that ran for president. Clinton, Hillary Clinton. She doesn't think she's too old. And these people are still trying to run for positions. They're still trying to run for seats. They're still out there doing what they have inside their hearts, and they don't care about who says they're too old. There's so many people out there that just got into a position on your job, just got a position, just got a raise and was elevated to a position, and they are over retirement age, but you're afraid to apply for the position because you're not old enough, because you're too old. I read an article where they said that it's hard for people now to apply for jobs because, if you're a certain age, you shouldn't apply for jobs. Listen, don't let anybody stop you from applying for what you want. Apply for the job. Apply for it. Apply for the promotion. Apply for whatever you want. Start the business. Whatever it is that you want to do, buy the house, buy the car. Don't let anyone put a limit on you because of, now, if you don't want to do it, just don't do it. But don't let it be because you feel limited because of your age, the color of your skin, the circumstances in which you live now. You may live in the hood. That's okay. It doesn't matter if you live in the hood. You could still run the world from the hood. We have a city, I believe she's a city councilwoman or something here. She still lives in her hood. She's been there, she said, for most of her life, and she did not get, she's been in her position for years, years and years, but she still remains within her hood. It does not define what's inside of you and what you're capable of doing. So, as I said, 15 minutes. So we're at 14:42. So I just want to remind you, you have no limitations. You have no chains. You have no restrictions when you are assigned by God to do what you are going to do. Let him lead you. Let him guide you. He will make the provision. They used to say, if you have a vision, God has the provision. If he gives you that vision, He's going to give you the provision, which means He's going to provide whatever you need in the middle of the vision that He has given to you. So don't let anyone stop you from being who you should be. Don't let anyone stop you from doing what you should do. Thank you so much. Love you more. All right. Have a good night. Listen, we'll be back real soon with some great guests and some other things that we have coming up. And I want to make sure that you stay connected and stay in tune. It's going to get real, real good. No limits, no restrictions, no chains. Have a great, great evening. Thank you.